What's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about an edge flip on big cubes. This is more geared towards 4x4 and 5x5, not as much 6 and 7, and I'll get into those reasons later. But I've been talking about this online for maybe a week or so now, asking people's opinions, because this is something I have done forever, and I just recently realized that not everyone does it. In fact, very few people do it, and it kind of confused me as to why. So the standard edge flip that everyone uses is this. So again, it's like that. And then the one that I use is just the inverse, which is why I think it's interesting that not many people know about it. It's just a sledgehammer and then insert the edge. And now you're probably thinking, okay, why is that a big deal? I mean, what's the difference between them? And there's a couple things that I think are key differences between them. So the biggest one is how many more regrips you have to do with the standard one. So this is the home grip that people normally hold the cube in. This is where you're going to be at most of the time. Like when your hands return on the cube, they're probably going to be here. So for the normal edge flip, you have to regrip to start. So you start here, regrip. And then you have to regrip from here to continue. And then when you get here, you need to get your thumb back on front because it's very awkward to do a U move from here. So here, and now you can do your U moves freely. So again, regrip to start, regrip here, and then regrip at the end. Now granted, this regrip is not that bad. You kind of just reset your right hand a little bit. So I feel like it's more of a smaller regrip than a traditional one, but I still think it's one that's annoying because when you finish, I can't just immediately do a U move unless I wanted to push, but I personally think that's awkward. And now I'm sure there are finger tricks that you can do to make this whole thing regripless, but personally, the ones that I have seen I think are extremely awkward and not very fluid. And now mine is just the inverse, like I was saying, so sledgehammer, insert, and this one is regripless. So you'll start here, start the sledgehammer, use your thumb, and then insert. And then when you come down, your thumb is back on front and your hands are free to do the U moves. So again, sledgehammer, and I can immediately do U moves. With the other one, I need to regrip and then I can start doing them. So sledgehammer, and I can immediately start going. And I also think it's easier to do in quick succession. My hands are a bit cold, so hopefully this comes through. But you can see, like, that's pretty quick to do in a bunch in a row. With the other one, like, I don't know, it just feels so awkward and, like, clumsy. And now I have asked around online, I've talked to Jay, Kevin, Felix, and all of them prefer this edge flip. In fact, from what I can see, every single big cube solver who is relevant in any capacity uses this one. And I can't figure out why. The only answer that I've gotten is that this one is more awkward and they don't think it's as stable. And I personally think that's just because they haven't been using it before and it's a new finger trick to them. Obviously, they've been doing this for years, so of course that's going to feel very comfortable. But since I've been doing this for so long, like, I can't see how it's unstable or difficult to do, I guess. It's worked very well for me, and the only answer I've gotten is that it's not stable and not consistent. And I personally disagree with both of those. And that's not to say it isn't inconsistent and unstable for them, because again, they're probably not used to it. And now the one thing I will say is on 6x6 and 7x7, mine is a little bit more awkward. It's just kind of harder to do that sledgehammer with the thumb. On 6x6, I think you could probably get away with it with some practice. I personally do it on 6 and 7, but I'm also not great at those events. So personally, I can't find any other reason to use the other edge flip. It just doesn't seem better in any regard. I can't find anything that it is better over mine. But again, all the fast people are using that edge flip, so that probably says something about it. But I think a lot of it just has to do with that's what everyone saw these people doing and then they got used to. At least that's kind of what I think. I don't know. But maybe it's worth using both. I don't know. Maybe you'll have times where your hand is already in this position and it's better to do this flip. I could see using both. Personally, I only use the one, but that's not to say that using both would be bad. But I definitely think the sledgehammer insert is an insert that more people should definitely consider. I'm curious to know what you guys have to say. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think.